Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Hope you're having a good day. We are continuing our playthrough of Ultimate General Civil War. We are moving on to the second Battle of Manassas, or second Bull Run, depending on what side of the Mason-Dixon you hail from. And that will finish up our second Manassas campaign, which will then move on to Sharpsburg. So we're going to go ahead and play the battle, because we already filled up our army last episode. So, following the recent events of the Peninsula Campaign, a portion of our forces initiated a wide flanking maneuver and raided the Union supply depot at Manassas Junction. As a result, the Union's army under General Pope was forced to abandon his defensive line at the Rappahannock River and move towards Washington. We gambled by leaving Richmond almost undefended to attack this isolated Union army. So, as you can see, we get quite a bit from a victory. If we do draw, if we happen to die and be defeated in this battle, we will lose the game because our reputation will drop below 0. So this is really when the odds against us start stacking. A defeat obviously means something terrible has happened, and pretty much at this point, any defeats on a grand battle is going to result in the game finishing. Assuming I don't stop using reputation, which is always an option for you, you just don't use reputation. But obviously, you want to win. We're going to win. If you're watching this episode, hint, we've won. So, because obviously I'm not going to post it if I lost. So let's go ahead. Enough rambling. Start the battle. Second Battle of Bull Run. All right. Okay, I'll just make sure. Sometimes the little briefing here changes depending on which battle. So we are going to use the 1st Corps as our diversion. We are going to use our 3rd Corps, I think, as our initial reinforcements. The ones that come in at the end of the 2nd day, you get a small little bump, and that I'll probably charge in and try and do some damage using this small corps towards the end of the 2nd day. Technically 1st day, depending on how you rate the skirmish at Grovetown. If that's technically the 1st day of the battle for you, then yeah, whatever. Anyway, moving on, and then we'll add the 3rd Corps in to come in on the 3rd day of the battle. That way, they'll be nice rested. We won't have to use them at all the 2nd day. They won't have taken any damage, and that they're the ones we'll use for the wide flanking attack that will cut off the Union retreat. Hopefully. Alright, so let's start the battle. We are going in with 94 guns, 57,000 troops, total of 51 brigades, 9 division, and 3 corps. Well, 2 corps and then a division. Our raid to the Union's massive supply depot at Manassas Junction was a success. This huge blow to their rear dislodged the Army of Virginia from their defensive lines along the Rappahannock River. We now move northwest, challenging them to follow us. This should look familiar. This is the same map, obviously, from the first Bull Run. General Pope, the new commander of the Army of Virginia, is isolated. This is a good location to set up a trap and attack him with our forces before he is reinforced by General McClellan. McClellan is on his way from the peninsula. I believe at this point he's technically already landed and is on his way. I could be getting my history wrong there. I think honestly that McClellan had no interest in joining the battle too, but I could be wrong. We took a big risk when we left Richmond undefended, but as we expected, McClellan did not attempt any offensive maneuvers on the peninsula. The rest of our army will arrive tomorrow and deal a flanking attack to the unsuspecting Yankees. During that 1st day of the battle, Longstreet was coming up with his corps to support Jackson. He took place in the Battle of Thoroughfare Gap, which if you play at the as a Union, you actually play that battle which is kind of odd because the Union technically was a defeat. It was a pretty well much a rout. And not to mention, it was such a minor skirmish. Sometimes the game tends to make bigger deals out of battles that were really tiny skirmishes. Currently, General Pope assembles his army and all reinforcements near Henry Hill. He will most likely withdraw to Washington to the northeast unless we do something about it. A diversionary attack will probably convince him to stay in the area and fight. The division of Rufus King is heading to join Pope's main army throughout the small town of Groveton. It is time to draw their attention. We are dispatching some of our forces forward and should attempt to defend Bronner's Farm. General, it is advised not to risk losing many men or artillery in this engagement. Night is falling. Our main purpose is to reveal our position and lure Pope's army into attacking us tomorrow, so we need our army at the ready for this defensive battle. Alright, so we are not going to use our first corps for this. That would be silly. We're going to go ahead and use our 3rd Division. And just set them up like so. With, of course, the gun battery. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start the battle. This should be a very quick operation. We're just going to move into a defensive posture here. We'll keep the World Eaters in reserve. Probably break off some skirmishers to defend our flank in this area. And we'll keep the gun where they are. Alright, we'll go ahead and fast forward, get these guys moving. Get them back a little bit. I was tempted to bring my snipers, but I decided just to bring a whole 3rd Corps. I know some people, from what I understand, don't even play this battle. They sort of just retreat because it doesn't matter. At least I don't think it used to. I don't know, they've released patches throughout the years. It might matter now, you might actually have to hold on the whole time. But I tend to play this battle relatively quickly. Especially seeing as the Union doesn't seem to be really making much of a push. And like I said, this was a fairly accurate portion of the battle. Jackson did use this opportunity to lure more of the forces in. Back. Like I said, this is just a waiting game at this point. Especially seeing as, again, Peter said every time is going to change up its strategy. Every battle so far has been different than battles I've played in the past. Usually they tend to be a little more aggressive. We're just going to finish this. I'm not going to let this drag out any longer. I don't want to take too many casualties anyway. I will probably try and have my third corps. I can't remember if it lets you set up the next day how you want your men to be aligned. Our plan is going well. Pope took the bait and is preparing to attack us at Stony Ridge. We must hold this strong defense position until reinforcements arrive. We expect the first forces late afternoon. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Probably will end up breaking this episode up into 2 parts. No, I am not allowed to put my people in positions of my choosing. We will probably break this up into 2 parts, as I was saying. First day and then the second day of the battle. Or second and third, depending on how you look at it. It seems that Pope fell into our trap. He mobilizes his forces to attack. We spotted large formations of infantry advancing from this direction behind Matthews Hill. There was also enemy activity from southwards. Watch your flanks and hold your ground, General. If we lose Stony Ridge before our reinforcements arrive, our plan will fail and we'll have to retreat. Let's go ahead and pause immediately. And okay, so the 1st Division is what we... Oh wow, it's sort of all over the place. We got 2nd Division troops, 1st Division. Again, I think I've mentioned in past episodes where I feel like if you split up your forces, you will, your defense, sorry, if you split up your divisions, they tend to take more casualties. I don't know if that's true. It's just something I've always felt to be the case. Let's go ahead and move our skirmishers up into that location. That's what they're here for. Snipers will move up there. Light loads I had going there, right? Yeah. So, actually, put Archer up this way. I hate how they set us up, especially with so many forces in the south here. Stems will move up here. Field will move into a defense position here. Move our guns back a little. I don't want them that far forward. I definitely don't want our guns on that side of the river because it's going to be impossible to get them across. We'll keep them in a defense position though, a little bit farther back. We'll keep our skirmisher cavalry up here to help out as well. Which guns are these? Our parrot guns. Do I really only have 3 gun batteries? Hold on. We have 1 here. Oh no, 4. Okay. We'll spread out. We'll put them here because Cabela will be going into that position. Alright, let's go ahead and play. Let's get these guys up there to run. Move them as quickly as possible into positions. With how aggressive the AI has been as of late, I don't want to take any risks. Guess we have the World Eaters as well that we can move. Let's go ahead and put them up here. I know that doesn't give us any units back here for reserves, but most of the battle is going to take place up here. I can always move my skirmishers back to help them in reserves. Go ahead and fast forward the battle some. Tempted, very tempted, break off skirmishers and move them forward as well from some of these units. Go ahead and break off some from picket as well. just to harass them, make it a little bit more difficult as they move forward. I don't want to keep them up here too long. Go ahead and be a little aggressive with our snipers. We just cannot forget about them down there. That's about what I wanted. Just to harass them. I guess these guns, let's move these guns forward just slightly. Almost tempted. One of these skirmishers can get a volley off into that gun battery. So we cannot forget about those skirmishers down there. Nope. Reattach. Get out of there. Good thing is we're actually making them use some of their conditioning by chasing down our skirmishers. That always helps. Alright, we're getting these snipers out of here. I was not expecting cavalry. So at least I know what's there in the south, waiting for us. Alright, well, that didn't go quite how I wanted, but it is what it is. I forgot all about my general. Alright, and well, let's go ahead and get Pickett's skirmishers out of there. Ah, well. So let's be a little bold. Let's move field up into these woods. I don't like him up there all by himself. He's sort of exposed. Just like Pickett's kind of exposed. Right there. See if he gets any more cover by being in that farmhouse location. Slightly more cover, but then he doesn't also really grant too much rear guard fire if Curtin gets charged. Of course I could always put the skirmishers in the rear there. As much as I hate him being out in the open like that, I think the best option is to sort of allow him to offer rear guard fire. Maybe what we can do is move Archer over just lightly as well. He's still unseen by the enemy, so that's good. I didn't even notice we had the Iron Warriors. Let's go ahead and do this number. Just out of range of our snipers. Yeah, just out of range of our snipers. Use Whittaker to sort of defend our snipers just in case they get cheeky and come after them. should field get charged, I'm going to retreat him, and hopefully our second line will be able to take the brunt of it, sort of break them. My God, I know that morale is probably going to start suffering up here. Start moving these guys down the line. Let's make a stop at the artillery, and then just sort of swing this way. Oh, no, not picket. I thought I had my supplies. That could have been bad. A little bit wider of a sweep, and then rearm them. It's like they've completely changed tactics over the past few battles, because the last few battles the AI was extremely aggressive. Now it's going to change for every mission. It's not going to be exactly the same, obviously, but it's been odd that it's been very aggressive, and now all of a sudden they're just sort of holding position. Now they could be waiting for the rest of the army to come up before they start taking risks and charging my position. I'm gonna have to wait and see. Curtin, I guess his morale is fine. It looked like he was taking some significant casualties, but I guess it's only 200 as of right now. It's very difficult to hold this initial rail line. We are more than likely going to have to retreat back to our secondary positions here shortly. At least before the first day is up. Typically how it usually happens. I'm wondering, they're just barely out of range. I wonder if they can move up unseen and get some volleys off, or if they're going to be seen. Alright, so they can shoot into them. They haven't been seen yet. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that. Up here in the north, they seem to be holding just fine. They haven't got too aggressive, the computer that is. See, now they're getting a little aggressive. And if I try to give a defender, But they can't quite do it. Porter assaults, that means the rest of his Pope for some reason stalled. He stopped attacking us. The rest of his reinforcements must be coming in. He appears to have mobilized for an all-out attack. We also spotted a large formation, probably Porter's division, making a flanking maneuver towards our right flank. Cavalry was dispatched, causing delaying action. If Porter succeeds, we'll be in deep trouble. But here's the good news. Our reinforcements are near and will arrive in about 2 hours. It's not advised to engage them. Have patience till tomorrow. Federals will be exhausted and depleted by continuous fighting, and all of our reinforcements will be present and rested. Alright. Not quite done yet. So the fight continues at Stony Ridge. General, hold your ground. Alright. Go ahead and take him off that, because I believe Gavin's now close enough. Hopefully those reinforcements gun batteries. of this, I was just every step. Portion of the battle, and we're proceeding to the next day, which is where we're going to leave it for this episode. So yeah, we managed to hold our position. Actually, we'll read that off next episode. Thank you all for watching this. This has gone off way too long. I always try and keep it about 45 minutes at most, so I apologize for this episode going on a little too long. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all sticking around and yeah, putting up with my rambling. So, thank you.